G'day, Ben Dixon here with Demo from Eurohub. This is another car review. Demo, what make and model number are we going with today?
It's the BMW X5 30D M Sport. So it's probably the most popular or best-selling family four-wheel drive, European four-wheel drive you can buy in Australia. They come in a whole heap of different engine variants and a whole heap of different options you can get from the factory. So that's the 30D M Sport.
Yep, new shape.
New shape, current spec. They come in a 25D, so they come in a 4-cylinder. This is the 3-litre, and you've been driving the diesel. This is better, right? Fuel economy?
Yeah.
How much kilometres out of a tank?
500.
I've told you, so you know the answer.
Times
I told
three.
him. Times 3. 1,300 kilometres out of a tank.
1,300.
Massive. That's further than Sydney.
Well, that's huge.
It's huge, mate.
In terms of the safety specs around here.
External safety spec,
Yep.
well, it's got, which is standard on most modern cars. So it's got ABS system, which most cars have got.
Yep.
This has also got what's called the full driver's assistance package. So these things here are radars.
Yep.
So it'll follow the car in front of you, and it'll also slow down if you're coming towards a car. Won't let you, if you're on your mobile phone or on Tinder. No, you're married, mate. You're happily married. But if you're on your phone and on Facebook or texting, you're just not going to hit a car. It has also got airbags, which most cars don't have. So it's actually got knee airbags, which cars didn't have in the past, where people were crushing their legs. It's got knee airbags all round, stability control. It's got a 5-star NCAP safety rating. So it's pretty much the safest car you can buy.
Let's head around to the boot for a minute, because the number one test in any car,
Do the golf clubs fit?
being a single handicapper,
Open up, full electronic tailgate.
do the golf clubs fit? Yes, they do. Does a pram fit?
And it's also got a lowering function, right?
How good's that?
So if you need to load some heavy stuff in, or if mum's got kids and prams, the car will actually drop for you.
The only heavy thing I'd be loading in here is my ego. But the good news is, for mothers and fathers, the golf clubs fit, the pram fits. It's a 7-seater Demo.
Yeah, let's have a look at that, hey? Let's have a look at that. Nah, Benny, no, mate.
Oh,
no need
have
for
I done
that,
the
mate.
cheap way?
You've done the cheap way.
Do you want me to put it back down?
What's going on there? Oh, no, there you go. So that's your rear seat. So you've got to push them forwards.
So you've got buttons to move the forward.
Sorry, the car's dropping. That's why it's not working. The car's still dropping on us. But it's fully automatic, so you can bring them up automatically. And once that's down, so we'll put it back up.
Oh my golly.
Oh, there it goes. She's going up. Feel that? So loading and unloading.
Heavy
Unloading.
groceries, which is...
Big prams these days?
It's actually
yeah, the car goes down. It's easier for the mum to get the pram
Awesome.
in and out. So really cool feature, but 7 seats, and they're a category 1 7-seater, so you can fit an adult in there. A lot of aftermarket seats, they're just dicky seats. So it's really only fit for putting children in occasionally between school runs. Again, hit the button. Down we go. It's got the M Sport package. I'm not sure if you noticed when we walked around the car. We'll actually go around and have a quick look at that on the outside.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, so you've got the full diffuser on the side skirts. So the entry-level cars have just got the side steps. This has got the fully colour-coded side skirts, welcoming lights, colour-coded flared guards. It's got the BMW intelligent high-definition headlights, high-intensity headlights. I'll just turn that on and give you a quick look there.
Just a slick-looking car.
Which I think all modern cars really should have. They don't really look modern without them. If you've got the old yellow halogen headlights, they just don't do the car any justice.
What about the paint, Demo? I'm a black burgundy man. What sort of options?
They say white is the new black.
Maybe I need to change
Also
my
the
ways.
safest colour. So white is the safest colour. That's finished in a pearl paint. They do make a few different whites. They've got a flat white, or what people call Arctic white, but that's a metallic white. Can't really tell in the video, but in the sun, you do get quite a bit of metallic reflection off that. Let's go for a drive.
I'd love to.
Let's talk about the tech.
Last time I got in one of your cars, it had a beautiful crystal.
Yeah, you're saying crystal gear knob?
Yep.
Everything's an option. So when you buy a car new, it comes with essentially nothing. You've got to tick crystal gear knob, airmatic suspension. So, that's what we missed. Let's turn it on. Here we go.
Aha. Clearance.
Ground clearance, right? So mainly for camping or getting into, well, let's talk about going up first. So we'll raise the car. You can see there. You can take your foot off the brake. There you go. Now it'll move freely. Feel it rising, or is it already up?
I think it might already be up. I feel higher.
No, there you go. It's going up. You'll see when you open your doors. It takes a little bit of time. It is pumping up with air, so there's a little compressor in the boot, and that's really for getting over things. logs if you're away camping.
In the country?
In the country, that's really what it's for. So you don't damage the M Sport body kit, so you don't damage the undercarriage of the car.
The way I drive in my hometown in
I saw your old Jeep, Ben. We traded that in, remember?
Yes, that's right.
Did we trade it in?
No. Mate of mine bought
you
it.
ended up selling it, didn't you?
Yeah, mate of mine bought it. He goes,
Right.
what are you doing with that? I said, Demo wants to trade
I get to drive cars for free now, so I'll just sell it to you. All right, let's go down because you'll feel the difference now, right? Here we go, lowering.
Oh,
There
yes.
she goes. See
There
it
you
dropping?
Oh, I can feel that.
That's a big drop too.
Oh
Drops
my
a few
God.
inches, so that's getting down into low clearance car parks. They are a pretty high car, especially if you've got roof racks on, or getting under tree logs, again, when you're away camping.
Do you know when you dropped that, it felt like I was in a Snoop Dogg film clip?
We've got one that does that. I'll show you that next week. We've got one of Adrian Portelli's cars here that's fully on airbags. They spent a lot of money building that car. We'll show you that. So that's up, down. In terms of tech, heated, cooled drivers and passenger seat. It's got the wireless charging.
That is crucial.
That really is,
When
mate.
you're
If
on
you
the phone.
knew how many phone chargers I've bought over the time, because you can't pay for anything anymore without your phone.
Correct.
So I've had to stop in servos and say, I need to buy a charger, but I'll pay for it once my phone's charged.
Yep, that's unbelievable. Bang.
It's charging, mate.
It's charging straight away.
Yeah, it's good.
It's also charging my credit card. What a car this is, BMW.
See the illuminated LED panels? That's all changeable, so you can change the colour and it extends right out through the rear.
That's incredible.
Not as obvious during the daytime, but at night really lights up the car, and you go through the whole colour spectrum. So you can choose pink, yellow, green, blue. Driver's assistance, that's all controlled on your steering wheel. So that button there controls how far you want the car to remain from the car in front of you. So old cruise control systems, you'd hit the speed, but you're going to run up someone's car. You're going to go straight into them if you're not watching. This will hold you back, and you set that distance depending on how.
So on a freeway, nice little gap there, and then obviously
Yep.
in a city, you'd like a very tight gap.
Yeah.
Correct.
It'll also maintain you within your lane, and that's a little steering wheel there. So once it picks up lines on the freeway, it'll just drive for you. In Australia, they're a little bit retarded in terms of it retards how much driver's assistance it gives you, just because there's a lot more red tape here. But in the States, it's a full self-drive. Like, it'll drive itself. It'll let you just go for as long as you like. It will warn you here just to tell you to touch the steering wheel. But if you're just resting your hand there, it'll drive for you.
This actually purrs like a kid in this car.
Mate, they're very reliable. They just are. Like I said before, they've been making the X5 for 22 years, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon. Black real timber inlays. They come in piano black, brushed aluminium. Look, there's a whole lot of different options you can choose. That's one of my favourite. They don't mark. The piano black gets dirty, especially with kids and wife putting her foot up here, or me putting my foot up on the way to the snow.
Do you know it'll be a good challenge for you and I?
Yeah.
The Demo and Dicko Roadshow.
Yeah.
This, as a diesel, does 1,300 kilometres. We should get in and drive
Test
30
it?
and see how far we
Actually
can drive
test it.
and see where we
That
land.
sounds like fun.
Could be
We'll take
Coffs
anyone
Harbour.
with us.
We'll take Marky Four Fingers.
We should actually test that out. That'll put BMW to the test.
It would.
You're on notice, BMW. That's your official statistic, 1,300 kilometres out of a tank. And we'll drive normal, do the right thing.
Of course we will.
Let's see if we get there, because that's a pretty big statement. 1,300 k's, how far is that?
So Sydney's 700.
Let's Google it.
If you put in Coffs Harbour,
Oh, well, let's just tell Google. Hey, Google, what is 1,300 kilometres from here? Oh, here we go. Map radius, that'll be perfect. Enter an address.
just
We're
put,
at
put Coffs Harbour, I'm telling
2
you.
Hall Street, Port Melbourne. Oh, you just want to put a location, all right.
Yeah, that'll get.
Coffs Harbour. See, how do I spell it?
This could get
1,300 k's,
from
mate.
Melbourne
I
to-
reckon we need to test that.
Melbourne to Coffs
So
Harbour.
let's go to Coffs Harbour Central. There we go. Directions. Get started. Oh, go away. Use your phone, mate. I'm Android. You got an iPhone, don't you?
Yeah. If I just
Oh, choose starting location. Your location. You on Google Maps or Waze? Doesn't really matter.
directions, here we go. 1,300 kilometres.
Yep. Okay.
Coffs Harbour.
All right. How long's it telling us?
13 hours.
Maybe we'll take Wazza and do a bit of a boys trip.
Yeah, we might leave Wazza at the
We'll take
dog on
Mark.
the tucker box.
We'll take Marky Mark.
What about that?
Mate,
Yes.
1,300 k's, that is a big statement,
From
mate.
Melbourne
1,300
to Coffs
kilometres
Harbour.
in a big four-wheel drive.
That is incredible.
It's a big 6-cylinder diesel car designed to carry lots of people.
Well, I drive to Sydney 4 times a year and I fill up 4 times.
I reckon we put them to the test. That's a challenge, BMW.
That is.
We're going to get your official records and your official statements and see how well it goes. And this car's only travelled 20,000 Ks, so
Light on.
it's relatively new. Let's see if we can get there. Mate, it's got all the tech you need. They look good. They're reliable.
That's what it
They're
feels.
safe.
What about from the tech perspective? We've got it in a Tesla, which is all tech. What about the BMW?
Yeah, well, they're still mechanical. It's still a diesel engine. But in terms of user interface and what you've got access to in the car from a comfort, from a technology, from a media perspective, it's got really all of that, but still has some of the traditional driver features, like a dash, for example, right? You can see where you're going, you can see the speed. So a lot of people haven't swayed towards that full electric car. This is a good in-between, which most modern cars are. You've got a full digital dash, and that's all changeable as well, so you can flick through, and whether you want to see your navigation or your speed or your instrument cluster with speedometer, tachometer, it's all there. It's got a full glass panoramic roof, which it would almost be a sin to buy a car these days without one. They're hard to sell if they don't have a panoramic roof. That's some advice we always give people. We try not to buy cars without the panoramic roof.
What about the power?
Well, yeah, so there's a difference between power and torque. You don't buy these for power, you buy it for torque.
Yeah, and comfort.
Comfort and torque. They're not slow though.
It's like a lounge chair.
Not by any stretch of the imagination. The 4-cylinder equivalent car, they are a bit sluggish, especially if you've got kids everywhere, if you've got groceries in the boot. They're just not as powerful. But this will tow 3.5 tonne. So tow caravan, tow a boat. This is all you need.
7-seater, fits 2 adults in the back.
Fits 2 adults in the back. Drivers and passengers heated seat. There is an option to get rear heated seats. Not sure if this has got it. I don't believe it does, but it is an option. It's very rare to find a prestige car that is fully optioned because they're such expensive options. The sunroof's 10 grand. Depending on the sound system you want, you can upgrade the sound system as well. Depending on the manufacturer, they've partnered with different sound producers. Adaptive cruise control, so the driver's assistance package I was telling you about is all on the steering wheel there.
Yep.
So, do you want to try it?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, take your...
Tell me when to take my hands off.
I'm not sure yet, Benny. Hold on. Go, you're assisted. You're assisted. No, you got to find your line. Probably better on the freeway without all these obstacles around, but it will. You can see there it's showing you your lanes. So once it picks up white lines, which is not enough of around here, but on a freeway or on a long cruise, it'll pick up your lines, it'll drive for you.
And keep you in.
It'll keep you in your lane, it'll maintain a safe distance between you and the car in front of you. It's got emergency pedestrian assistance, so if somebody runs out in front of you, it'll hit the brakes. So it look very safe car, very, very comfortable. Climate control in the rear as well, which is very important in a 7-seater. Traditional 7-seaters or older 7-seaters, kids used to complain in the back. It got really hot, so there's no climate control in the back. They've fixed all of that now. So they've got access to their own control in the rear, so you can have it hot in the back, cold in the front. Hot for your wife, cold for you, because we always argue about that. True?
True. What about in terms of price?
Depends on the model, like I said. So there's 4 cylinders in the G series, starting anywhere from 60, 70 grand now. For a second-hand car like this is a 21 model. You'll find them on the market in a 7-seater starting at around $90,000, almost half of what they were new. So it's always better to buy a near new used car that's been looked after, that's got fully documented service history. Get it checked out. You can't go wrong, really.
And Eurohub's finance plan?
Actually, stay outside while I do it. You'll really see it.
Mate, did you feel that when it dropped? Yeah, look at that.
It gets really low. Is it all the way down? Does it stop moving?
Yeah. Go on.
Is it still going? I'll lift it. Here it goes.
Yeah, there it goes. Mate, it gets pretty high.
Mate, it's still going. It's only...
Does the back, then does the front.
It won't let you drive too fast in that...
Nah, wouldn't.
You can stay healthy.
Imagine you go, I'd really like to get this car lowered.
I might need
mate.
a ladder. I might need a ladder to get out of here, Benny.
Can we get a milk crate for him to get in and out of this car?
Can you give me a boost? There you have it. That is high, isn't it? There you have it. BMW X5 G Series, 7-seater, 30D M Sport. Eat your greens, kids.
Eat your greens. You'll be really tall. Too late for him. But you talk about diesel, so range we mentioned on the exterior is 1,300.
1,300 Ks out of a full tank. It averages out at about 6.2 litres per 100 Ks.
What about our little Tiptronic here? So you can still feel a little bit of
You can still feel a bit like you're driving a sports car.
Yeah, nice.
We go right here.
Yep.
Let's check the handling a bit. Wrong
Yep.
side. You're driving too many cars.
I'm driving too many cars.
Test the power though. Go for it. It's still a diesel, but test it. It's more than you need, right?
It's a lot more.
It's good. It's good.
What about the comfort chair? Like you can get into nice
Yeah,
cars.
well, that's the M Sport package and the comfort seats, right? So they're fully air-controlled seats. So there's little buttons on the side. You feel like a wheel.
Wow.
It'll adjust your lumbar. It'll adjust your seating position as well, and your side lumbar.
I'm not fudging this. I've driven a lot of cars at Eurohub.
This is comfortable,
This
mate.
is probably the most comfortable car I've ever been
It is
in.
comfortable. And it's got all the bells and whistles. So full voice command. Hit the little microphone on the steering wheel.
Yep.
Let's try it. Oh, we've got to set her up. Play 3AW.
Sorry, I didn't hear that properly.
Try again, Benny.
Play 3AW.
Please retry or say help.
This is a car review, so that ain't working that well. But in saying that,
She's still listening.
it does actually have to learn your voice, right? So it's obviously never been used before
Yep.
because it's asking you to set it up, but it is a feature. I'm sure if you train it. So how do you feel?
Well,
You drive this every day, wouldn't you?
Extremely comfy.
You drive it every day?
Every day. Now, I'll tell you my day, right? So
Yep.
this is Ben Dixon, a day in the life of Ben Dixon.
Yep.
Drop the kids off at school,
Yep.
bang, tick.
Answer demos, phone calls
Answer
from 5
demo.
a.m. in the morning when I rang you.
Yep, and get back to demo as soon as I can.
Yep.
Drive to the golf course, have 9 holes, get the clubs out, put them back in, do the wife a favour, go to the grocery shop. I lower the BMW.
Lower the BMW, lower the boot.
And deliver the groceries. I go back, pick the kids up. I take them to Luna Park. We ride a few roller coasters. We get back in for comfort, and I head to Eurohub to change my.
We have forgotten something, right? So you do have all the comfort modes. Speaking of comfort, so what mode are we in now? Let's check. Okay, so you got all your different modes and dash here. So we've got standard, individual. Let's go individual. Actually, let's just go standard. Hit the gas. It'll drive, there you go, a lot more pickup,
Wow.
right? A lot more pickup.
Is that sport?
You'll use more fuel, but the shorter gear ratio, so it'll change gears quicker. Then we put it into comfort mode. It'll dampen the suspension, so it'll soften the suspension, so you'll get a smoother ride over bumps and humps and imperfections in the road, but the pickup won't be as quick. Yep, comfort mode. It'll also roll a little bit more around corners. The corners won't be as tight. You can feel the car rolling already.
Yep.
But it's a lot more comfortable ride.
It is.
But if you're hitting the hills or if you're doing the black spur, you put in sport mode and it actually stiffens the suspension. You drive it like a sports car. The pickup's not as good, right?
Yeah.
It's a big
can
difference.
definitely notice the
You
difference.
can definitely notice the difference.
But this is a cruisy car. You set and forget.
Really interactive maps as well. So let's get the maps up. And that's the good thing with these new cars. The old cars, the maps were no good. You just wouldn't trust them. So live traffic, so it's all on GPS. The car does have a SIM card. It'll tell you if there's traffic. It'll deviate around traffic for you. Whereas with most sort of 19 model cars, you've got to use Waze or you've got to use Google Maps. You just don't have to in the new ones.
Yeah.
And they automatically update through the cloud. I think that's about it, Benny.
That's perfect.
Just a good, everyday, family, four-wheel drive. They're very reliable. They don't have any known issues or problems. They don't have transmission issues, engine issues, electrical issues. They're just a good daily driver. Full leather stitch dash as well.
Yeah.
So they are quite exotic, luxurious car. A lot of the cheaper models have got plastic dashes. They tend to lift, especially in the Australian sun. So they've overcome all of that, particularly the buttons, so all the buttons on the doors and windows. These cars were made made in Germany, traditionally sold in Europe and didn't consider the Australian sun. So on our 40-degree days in summer,
Oh.
yeah, these buttons would just melt and peel, which is a common issue on, again, pre-20 model cars. They have fixed it now, so it doesn't happen anymore. That's real timber.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, it's real wood. Yep, real wood is an option as well. So you can get piano black, you can get brushed aluminium. That's one of my favourites, the natural Japan black stained timber. That's it, back to Eurohub.
I love it.
Good car, yeah?
It's actually a great cruising
It's a
car.
really good car. And they've been making them since 2002, the BMW X5. So they're 22 years in production.
Look at this.
Yep, 360-degree cameras, front, full aerial view. There's my mum, don't run her over. She looks happy today. What have I done wrong?
What's Demo done?
Open your window.
That's a look like Demo's done something.
You're on camera, Mum. You're on camera, say hello. Come on, you're going to be on TV, up here.
Hey, Mum.
That's it.
That's perfect.